Hello viewers, you are welcome back to my channel. Today we want to be looking at students' behavior trends. In my last video, I spoke about parent trends. So today we want to look at student behavior trends. Since we parents, our parenting method has changed and our society has also changed, our curriculum has changed, everything around us is changing. Likewise, our students are also changing, and there are some behavioral trends among them today. So we're going to be looking at that. And I want to say that students today are not what they are used to be in those days. In those days, you see students, being very studious, students that we stay for hours reading, students that we go the extra mile to ensure that they pass their exams, students that we do anything to ensure that they make their parents proud, students that we have a personal timetable to study, to read, students that we go for group discussion, students that we do anything just to ensure that they are not a failure. But today, the zeal to stress oneself because of grades or ranking in school is no longer in our students. I'll be mentioning some behavioral trends among them, and this video will be part one of student behavioral trends. It's going to be part one. The part two will come later. So among the student behavior trends is increased exposure to technology. Hardly today will you see a child that does not know anything about technology. Even a 1-year-old child can press the phone for you. How did he or she learn it? He or she learns from the parents because they are in their model. When they are present, the child is watching, and you don't even need to have a personal training before the child gets the tricks of how to operate it. So they are very fast, they are in the digital world, and they are moving with technology. So they are growing up in the digital world, and they are doing everything to ensure that they are in alignment with the digital world. So our students today are more tech savvy than ever before. That is one behavioral trend. Another behavioral trend is that to the students of nowadays, learning does not end at the classroom. It's no longer limited to the classroom. After the classroom, the internet is there for them to learn. The internet is another teacher on its own for the students. The YouTube, the Google, the Facebook, also other social media platforms, they are teachers of their own to the students themselves, and they prefer those ones because they are fast paced. No, however, this also leads to shorter attention span in the lives of those children, and it also leads to distraction. So I would say on the internet, they are informed, they get informed, but they don't always but not always focused on what they are learning. So they get informed. So the internet only give them information, but they are not always focused. So another trend, like I said earlier, what technology has done to them is that it gives them a shorter attention span. And why is it like that? You know that all these social media platforms such as TikTok, Reels, no, they have fast-paced content, and the students are so much conditioned. No, they have been conditioned to it in such a way that at every point in time in their learning process, they want fast, instant stimulation. So they expect instant stimulation in their learning process. So traditional teaching methods to them now feel boring, and then it feels slow to them as long as they are concerned. Traditional teaching method is now slow and boring to these our students today. Likewise, so in other words, if you are an educator and you discover that learning is not engaging your student, you need to disengage so that you don't miss your goal of teaching a particular lesson. Another trend is that they have greater confidence but less patience. No student today of this generation can actually speak out. No, they are more expressive, they are bold, they can ask questions, they can challenge ideas, they can speak out. However, they do not have patience enough. No, they struggle with delayed gratification and perseverance as an individual because they want it fast, and when it's not fast, they don't want to continue with it. So each time they have delay in what they really want to get, they need to struggle with it, and they cannot persevere for a long time. So the fact is, even though they can speak out, can they endure? Endurance is out of it in the life of the students that we have today. So likewise, there is a shift in respect and authority. Respect and authority has changed today among our students. Students no longer respect teachers. Students no longer respect authority. No, they no longer they, no. In the past, authority is rarely questioned, but today, not with the present students. If you give an instruction, they will question your instruction. So today's students often want explanations, not just instructions. No, some interpret freedom, no, as lack of boundaries to them, even though freedom does not mean lack of boundary. But some of them, they do interpret their freedom as lack of boundaries. So for today's students, respect is no longer automatic. It has to be earned, and it has to be modeled. So if you want the student of today, this present generation, to respect and to respect as you as individual or an educator, or to respect authority, that respect must be earned, and it must be modeled for them to see. And so by so doing, they will also imbibe it and also respect you as well. We shall continue on student behavior trends in my next video. This is a part 1 of it. But until then, when we shall meet again, don't forget to share, to like, and subscribe. Thank you and have a lovely day.